Hey Fish Fam, this is Nikachu Merfolk Master, and we are here, we are returning back to modern Lurrus Merfolk. That's right, we have Lurrus here to bring back our spreading seasons and all other creatures that I do not have in my hand, because I definitely have to mulligan this. But if you like to watch and learn magic through the lens of a Merfolk Master, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We lost the die roll, and we will most certainly mulligan this hand. Yeah, this hand's a bit too empty on the draw. This hand is better. I can keep this. I'll dump one copter. Not too bad. Choose Salute as your companion. I would love to, except he would sleep most of the time. Okay, so actually Chalice is going to interact against Amulet a little bit, but it's still really terrible to be on the draw against Amulet because, well, it just is. I always like to conceal this a little bit. Next turn, you go Azusa, get a bunch more mana, and play... screw it, we'll just play Chalice on 0 right now. Alright, and as we get into this game, we are going to thank our sponsors, starting with themanabase.com, the content creation site. Will give articles and help you level up your game with Commander, Modern Standard, Legacy, and more. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. The Manabase is your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And... the Mana Traders. Mana Traders is the premier place to rent Magic cards online. You can support the channel by using my Mana Traders link in the description below to play any deck, any format, anytime, or you can get 20% off your first 3 months by using my coupon code Nikachu. I'm going to thank Mana Traders for being our sponsor. Well, our opponent doesn't have the right lands. Oh, this is Titan Vial. Okay, so our matchup has... what the hell? No, it's not Titan Vial. It's like a mishmash of stuff. Okay, so here's the deal. We have Silver Adept and Lord of Atlantis. In order to cast both of these, in order to curve our entire hand out, we have to start with Lord of Atlantis. The next turn, we cast Silver Adept. Okay, let's hope our opponent has... so actually, Chalice on 0 might not do anything. I don't know. This is weird. I never saw this in an actual Aether Vial deck, but I see that in Titan Vial, but I don't see Amulet in Titan Vial. Guess I'll discard a land. Just looks like Amulet with Flagstones. Could be. But why do they have it at all? I guess a random one of to like throw your opponent off. It's legendary. But it's weak to Blood Moon. It's not where they want to be. Okay, we got a race. Yeah, I might just go like Lord of Atlantis next turn, smash face with as much as possible. Oh god, this stupid card. Don't play Valakut. Dismember is very important in this matchup now. It's like everything. Every land of plains, yes. It'd be so nice to get our range of Valakut right now. Anyway, I am going to... is there an eval? If I play Silver Adept, I give myself the opportunity to find... if they have Titan, we're just dead. If I play Silver Adept, I have the opportunity... well, I mean, if they... I guess if I play Silver finding Dismember doesn't even matter right now, because if my opponent just goes, like... Primeval Titan, I'm probably dead anyway, because with 2 Amulets on the battlefield, it's basically over. Because I go Lord, attack for 6/10. What else can I draw that might be useful for me? It's a 2-turn clock no matter what. That's the deal here. It's a 2-turn clock no matter what. So I guess we draw a card and save as many Lords in our hand as possible. Yeah, Dryad is making dudes unblockable. Let's hope our opponent has Summoner's Pact in hand. I don't know how important Mutavault is, so I'll just dump it. Okay, we're either hoping no Primeval Titan, no Valakut. Well, I guess okay. So Summoner's Pact gets countered. So they show us that either they blundered and they're quickly resigning out of embarrassment, or um, the Summoner's Pact was or or they're just showing us that like the Chalice of the Void actually worked this game. So very important thing, we need to keep four. I sort of learned this just recently. The Dryad is such a big deal right now that we need a maximum answers to Dryad, because the only way I'm losing, I wouldn't say it's the only way, at least with Simic, the only way I'm losing to Amulet decks is because of Dryad into like Primeval Titan finding Valakut and blowing up my board before I can swing back the next turn. I'll take out Spreading Seas. Spreading Seas is now just outright useless. What do I want to bring in? I gotta keep some creatures. I'll keep all the Chalices. Chalice on 0 is not bad. Chalice just wanted to prove itself after you talked down on it in the main. Yeah, I know. This was finally but if we had Force Negation, it would have won too. Force Negation was probably winning. Unless they had 2 Summoners packs, then I couldn't beat it. I mean, at the very least, I should bring in Force Negation. I sort of want to bring... Well, Echoing Truth is just for the Dryad, but they'll bring it back. So the deal is I want to take out some number of Harbingers, because it's also pretty bad in this matchup. Well, I think. I don't know. I think this is Amulet. It looks like a weird version of Amulet, because they're not playing with the bounce lands. It's like, it might be... Well, it can't be a Titan Ramp deck. Like, without Amulet. I don't know. I don't like Deprive overall because they can still play Cavern of Souls and protect their Primeval Titan. I guess we'll just jam this. Is Spreading Seas bad for Field of the Dead or Valakut? It's usually too late, and they can also bounce the land back to their hand. I used to keep just a few Spreading Seas in the deck just so I could randomly have Island Walk when my opponent plays a bunch of Field of the Deads or like gets a bunch of zombies on the battlefield. But they usually have an island anyway. I'll keep this. Like, the problem with Chalice of the Void, it's like, okay, it's still good in the matchup, but if my opponent just has Primeval Titan in their hand, then I'm just doomed anyway. The problem with Deprive is it's clunky. My opponent usually ramps really quickly, forcing me to tap out to race them anyway, and if I just hold up Deprive, like, ugh, stupid Amulet. Oh, they went down to 5, so that might give us some chance. Anyway, I'll play Chalice on 0 again. They might play Engineered Explosives on 1. Okay, so pass. Play both Chalice on 0. That won't work the way you want it to work out. I'll leave everyone at home to try to figure out why that would be the case. The fact that we're getting a bunch of Lords is useful. So I can follow up these last few turns with more Lords. Oh, look at that. Saving some life. Look at that tech right there, people. Look at the tech. Dryad. Annoying Dryad. No other land drops. So, well, I'm just going to start attacking. And then if I get to a land, I'll Trickster and Harbinger the Dryad back to their hand. Race, race, race. Amulet Titan stuck on land is literally the worst deck ever. Yes, it is. Okay, we got Wanderwine Hub, so that's good. Well, I could play Trickster into Harbinger. Then I'll be really dead to Engineered Explosives. I'll tell you what, if they go like Castle, what is it, Garenbrig? Or I guess they can't play it because they have to sink enough mana. Oh no, they can use, no, Cavern of Souls won't. Will Cavern of Souls count with Castle Garenbrig? I don't think so, because they have to use all their mana to activate it. Well, I can't counter Primeval Titan anyway. So the deal is, like, if they ramp out Primeval Titan next turn, as unlikely as that is, they'll get Valakuts and blow up my board. And then it will be like near impossible to come back from that. But if I Trickster this thing right now, then bounce it with Harbinger, I guess that's just the safe play. And I win next turn anyway. The only problem is this is really weak to engineered explosives. I don't know if this version is going to do that, but it's dangerous. I guess I can still come back if they go EE on 2, because I do have Silvergill Adept into Lord, and we do have the Lurrus in the sideboard. In the sideboard. Also, this is too hasty. I should attack with my creatures first. So at least give the illusion I have something up. Like some counterspell. Alright. Do your worst. If they replay the Dryad, we've won. We've won. It is over! Actually, hold on. What if they top decked a bounce land? They can play it twice. That's 5 mana. That's not enough. There it is. So you get... this is worth 5 mana at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4... Well, they could have played a Primeval Titan off this if they actually had a Primeval Titan. Look at that. You gave me Island Walk again. Nice. Oh, double Island Walk. Dryad versus Merfolk is just oof. It's double-edged. It sometimes helps. It sometimes destroys me. So we went 3-2. Some of these matchups were very, very quick. Some of them were very, very slow. I wish we saw some more play out of Lurrus versus the grindy decks. We were up against mostly combo. And for that, I really wish I would prefer to have Sim. Like that's why Simic is still my go-to deck, because there's still a lot of like really linear decks. But at the same time, I do believe that Lurrus is a good. This is basically mono blue, is what it is. It's a mono blue deck. Splashing Lurrus. Like, it's not super free, because you are still a little bit weak to Blood Moon and Magus of the Moon. Well, then maybe not too much to Magus of the Moon. You have ways of answering it. But to Blood Moon, you're a little bit weak, but not too bad. Like, it's not too bad. You have colorless creatures like Smuggler's Copter to still play. But it's basically mono blue splashing for Lurrus, and I think Lurrus is an upgrade. Like, in the past, when you wanted to like play like completely mono blue and then tick file up to 3 to get your Lurrus in play, that's a bit stupid. But to grab Lurrus and actually just cast it with Loanderwine Hub and Darkslick Shores, and the fact that we can actually use Darkslick Shores to use Dismember is actually quite nice. Yeah, tier 3 gets the full 3-2-1 emote. So the higher the tier you are, the more 3-2-1 emotes you get. This league would have been a good 3-2-1 league for my brother. He would love to try to announce the moment the opponent like broke themselves. So not much to say here. If I were to change the deck, I'd probably just dump. I think I would just dump the Chalice for Force Negation. I think in all the games where Chalice was relevant, Force Negation was just equally as relevant and would have won anyway. I think that's what I would do. That being said, I don't know what to say. I've just never been the biggest fan of Chalice. It's still not too bad in this list, because you can always discard it with Copter. And to be fair, like the 2 matchups that we lost, Dredge and Counters Company, would have been a pretty miserable matchup no matter what version of Merfolk I would have played, because those are just it's just awful. Or at least Counters Company is unbeatable no matter what the hell you're playing. It just doesn't matter. So this has a lot of room to be played, I think. It's a bit clunky, but I think it's going to get the job done. Hard to evaluate, though. The 2 matches that we won in this league, Eldrazi-Tron and the Amulet deck, weren't really matchups. They sort of didn't do anything. Or I guess the second game against Amulet, like they mulled to 5, they had like a pretty crappy hand, and I don't know, maybe Chalice of the Void won. Maybe they had Summoner's Pact the entire time, and we beat them because of Chalice on 0. We beat them on game 1, but then Force Negation would have been good too. But, yep, that is going to be the league for this week. I hope you all love the 1 game a day feature for all those watching out on YouTube. But, yeah, that's going to be it for today. So I'm going to, again, thank all my patrons and Twitch subscribers for supporting the channel. We're also going to thank our sponsors, themanabase.com and Mana Traders. This has been Nikachu Merfolk Master playing Blue-White Lurrus Merfolk in Modern.